everyone, welcome back to Cheese and Turtles. My name is Imogen. In today's video, I'm sharing 5 things to remember when you feel insecure. It happens to all of us. It happens to me quite a lot. Anyway, let's get started. Be sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, and yes, what do we do when we feel insecure? Okay, we feel insecure a lot of the time about, our achievements. Maybe we feel insecure about we compare ourselves to others, we feel insecure about our appearance, maybe we have body dysmorphia, I certainly do. So there are lots of things that we can potentially feel insecure about, and maybe you have an insecurity that I haven't mentioned here because I mentioned like 3 and called it a day because I want to get into the video. So you can be insecure about anything. And what do we do? The first thing that I want you to do is to remember that there are lots of people doing worse than you. Now, I don't mean this in a haha, look at them, they're doing worse than you type of way. I mean that you're actually doing better than you think. Because I have often thought this about like other people, like I'll compare myself to them and think, oh, they're doing better than me. And that is just a perception. Like, that's actually not true. Like, there have been so many times when I've compared myself to someone and thought, oh no, they're doing better than me. I feel bad about myself. I feel insecure. And then like weeks or months or even years later, I found out that they were actually not doing that great and they were struggling and they actually didn't achieve what I thought they achieved. And it was all a big smoke and mirrors illusion, okay? And I didn't know that, okay? I was looking at them and I was thinking, oh, they've achieved so much. Actually, they were doing worse than me, objectively, tangibly, and it can be a big illusion, okay? So I don't say this to be like, haha, they were doing worse than me, because that's bullshit. I just mean that a lot of the time, the people we compare ourselves to, like, it's all an illusion, okay? And it doesn't necessarily have to be one way either. Like, I will say straight up, I've had people tell me that my life looks impressive from an achievement standpoint, and I have to be like, no, I'm actually really struggling. Like, these things take a lot of energy out of me, and sometimes I'm actually not doing as well as you think. And I just kind of want to burst that bubble, like, pop that illusion, because there are lots of people doing worse than you, okay? And lots and lots and lots and lots of them. And even the people that you think are doing better than you are sometimes doing worse than you, okay? So I don't want you to ever think that everything is always as it seems, because it's not. When you feel insecure, the second thing I want you to remember is that you're working really hard, okay? You would not be on a personal growth productivity channel watching this video if you were not interested in this topic, okay? So I've got you. You are caught in 4K, okay? You are someone who wants to actually better themselves, and you're working really hard, okay? Even the fact that you are interested in seeking out this information, that you're watching this video, is a kind of a testament to the fact that you're interested in this, that you're putting effort in to actually improving yourself. You're working hard, okay? And I know a lot of people on this channel, like, they put in so much effort to their lives. I've seen you guys in the comments talking about your goals, and it inspires me so much. Like, it really does. I love it when people comment and they say, oh, I'm working on this, or I'm working on that, or I'm really struggling, but I'm trying. I'm so proud of all of you. Like, I actually really am. I don't know if I say this enough, but I am just genuinely so immensely proud of all of you. You're working really hard, okay? And if you feel insecure, that's actually a sign that you care. Okay, so I'm not saying that insecurity is a good thing, but I'm saying it's actually a sign that you really care and you're working really hard. The third thing that I want you to remember is that you've already achieved a lot. Now, I tend to minimize my own achievements, so I instituted a list of my achievements, and it's called the Achievements List. It's very, very, very creative name, extremely original. I know, thank you. But you've already achieved a lot, and I have on this list all of the achievements, like, tangibly, that I can refer back to when I feel insecure and I'm like, oh, I've achieved nothing. And then I go and look at the list, and the list is like, actually, you've achieved this, 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 and this. And I'm like, oh yeah, actually, I'm just being dramatic because I've achieved a lot. And this, like, insecurity sense, this sense of insecurity it's just lying to me, okay? So I recommend that you write down an achievements list, because you've already achieved a lot, and it helps sometimes to ask your friends and maybe ask your family or like people you're dating, like, what have I achieved? Because often people see things that in ourselves that we've achieved that we take for granted, and we're like, oh yeah, but that doesn't count. Actually, it does, okay? So if you can see yourself through the eyes of people who care about you, that can also really help. So make an achievements list. You've already achieved a lot. I know you have. Another thing that I want you to remember is that you have a lot of time in life. And I don't mean to tell you this to get complacent, but if you're watching a video about insecurities, I am willing to bet that complacency is not a big problem for you, or at least not right at this moment. So let's talk about this, okay? You have a lot of time in life, and I want you to understand that you have time to figure things out, okay? Like, I often feel like I'm running out of time, and I've made other videos about this as well, but I'm not, okay? I am 23 years old. I have lots of my life left to live, you know, fingers crossed. Like, I'm hoping that I will have a normal and healthy lifespan because I've worked on, like, being healthy and stuff, okay? You have a lot of time in your life, and if you are still alive, you are still kicking, you have time to figure things out, okay? You have a lot of time in life, and it's okay to mess things up, and it's okay to spend a day feeling insecure, because sometimes we do, okay? You have a lot of time in life, you will figure it out. And finally, nobody thinks about you as much as you think about you. Again, I don't mean this about being like, nobody cares about you. Nobody cares. I didn't mean that. What I meant was, nobody is looking at you and thinking, ew, you know, that person doesn't have their life together. Like, what is wrong with them? If someone thinks about that about you and even says it about you, they're just bullying you. I'm sorry, that person is not your friend. But most people don't think about you. Like, they don't. Like, nobody thinks about you as much as you think about you. You are the main character in your own life. Like, nobody thinks about you as much as you think about you. Like, I've realised this, and it's not that they don't care, it's just that they are too busy thinking about themselves and being insecure about their own achievements. Genuinely. Like, it is so true, okay? Everybody that you think is, like, worrying about you and being like, oh, you know, she's, like, a failure, they are not thinking about this. They are too busy being like, oh no, I'm a failure. Like, literally, okay? Nobody thinks about you as much as you think about you. So, when you're overthinking, you're worrying, you're feeling insecure, nobody else is thinking that. Literally nobody else is thinking that, okay? And I know you probably don't believe me, and you're like, everyone's judging me. No, they do not have the mental space to judge you. I'm sorry. Like, they literally do not. Like, they are too busy worrying about their own shit. And if they are not too busy worrying about their own shit, then they have a sad life. And they probably aren't achieving anything because they're not focusing on their own shit, okay? So if someone is too busy worrying about you, then they have no life. And why would you take advice from that person? Why would you take criticism from someone who doesn't even have their own, like, ability to focus on their own goals, focus on themselves, okay? So everyone whose opinion is worth worrying about is not judging you, and you have nothing to feel insecure about from that point of view. All right, those are 5 things to remember when you feel insecure. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to do that. Give this video a thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram. I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.